When storm clouds gather in my soul and doubts like thunder start to roll, I hear your whisper through it all. Stand firm, my child, you will not fall. Like David with his 5 smooth stones, I face my giants not alone. Jesus, my song of courage, my shelter in the rain. When darkness tries to steal my hope, your light breaks through again. Like Moses at the Red Sea shore, I'll trust your mighty hand, 'cause you're my song of courage, and with you I can stand. The world may shake beneath my feet, but your promises remain complete. Just like the walls of Jericho, my fears come tumbling down. I know through valleys deep or mountains high, your strength becomes my battle cry. Jesus, my song of courage, my shelter in the rain. When darkness tries to steal my hope, your light breaks through again. Like Moses at the Red Sea shore, I'll trust your mighty hand, 'cause you're my song of courage, and with you I can stand. Every victory in your word reminds me what I've always heard, that faith can move the highest hill when I surrender to your will. Jesus, my song of courage, my shelter in the rain. When darkness tries to steal my hope, your light breaks through again. Like Moses at the Red Sea shore, I'll trust your mighty hand, 'cause you're my song of courage, and with you I will stand. Through valleys deep and mountains high, when storm clouds gather in my sky, His promises remain my light. Like ancient stones that weather time, the enemy may wage his war, but greater is the one I serve. Like David faced that giant's roar, my God's got strength beyond this world. My deliverer stands firm when all else starts to turn. Like Moses at the Red Sea shore, He makes a way once more, through fire or through flood. His love's thick as His blood. and trust in chariots made of steel, in wealth and power that this world yields. But I found peace in Calvary, where grace flows down and sets me free. He parted waters for his own, brought manna down when hope was gone. The same God who saved Daniel still guards and keeps me in his palm. Oh, my deliverer stands firm when all else starts to turn, like Moses at the Red Sea shore. He makes a way once more, through fire or through flood. His love's thick as his blood, my anchor in life's storm. My deliverer stands firm. Oh, he stands when storm clouds gather in the darkest night, his word becomes my guiding light. Like David faced Goliath, brave and true, my faith in him will see me through. This broken world may shake and bend, but on his promise I depend. Like Moses at the raging Red Sea shore, his mighty love unlocks each door. My heart is his forever, through valleys low or mountain heights. He's my anchor, my deliverer, trading ashes for his crown of life. No turning back, no other treasure could ever match his saving grace. My heart is his forever, in his arms I found my place. Like Daniel in the lion's den, his presence makes me whole again. When trials come, I'll stand upon his word, the sweetest truth I've ever heard. From Genesis to Revelation, his story weaves through every page. My testimony of salvation is written by amazing grace. Oh, my heart is his forever, through valleys low Wherever His, I'll stay. When storm clouds gather in the dead of night, and shadows dance on these valley walls, I remember how David faced Goliath's might, and how Jericho's mighty ramparts fell. Like Moses' staff parted crimson seas, these weathered hands keep reaching up in praise. Through every trial, Lord, You're teaching me that faith can move these mountains anyway. My hope is in His hands, where mercy flows like rivers through dry land. When I'm too weak to stand, He lifts me up like eagles on the wind. In His perfect plan, every broken piece becomes a promised land. So I'll keep holding on, come what may, 'cause my hope is in His hands. Just like John, when all seemed lost and gone, found strength to praise through tears and pain. I've learned that morning always follows dawn, and God's still writing stories through my name. My hope is in His hands, where mercy flows like rivers through dry lands. When I'm too weak to stand, He lifts me up like eagles on the wind. In His perfect plan, through the fire, through the rain, His grace remains, His grace remains. Every promise, every word still rings true, still rings true. Final tire through the rain, His grace remains. When storm clouds gather and the thunder rolls, and doubt tries to shake what my heart knows, I remember what Your word has shown. Peace like a river makes my spirit whole. You calm the waters on that Galilee night, and fear had your children trembling in fright. Now you whisper softly through my darkest days. I haven't changed, child, I'm still the same. You're the God of perfect peace. When mountains crumble, you're my firm release. Through every valley, every winding road, your presence never leaves, this truth I know. The God of perfect peace, you'll never let me go. Some trust in chariots, some trust in might, but I've learned to rest in your holy light. Like David facing giants with unwavering faith, your peace surrounds me, and I'm not afraid. In the waiting, in the silence, when answers seem so far, your peace flows like a mighty stream straight into my heart. The God of perfect peace, you'll never let me go. You're the God of perfect peace. When mountains crumble, you're my firm release. Through every valley, every winding road, your presence never leaves, this truth I know. The God of perfect peace, you'll never let me go. In the valley of my darkest hour, when my spirit's worn and frail, like Hagar by the desert spring, my God knows where I fail. He calls me by my given name, though I'm lost and can't see through. Just like he found that servant girl, he's reaching down for you. He's the Savior who sees me when I think I walk alone. Every tear and every struggle, every whispered prayer I've known. From Bethlehem to Calvary, His love has set me free. I'm never lost or forgotten, 'cause He's the God who sees me. When storms rise like Mount Sinai, and my faith feels paper thin, I remember David in the fields before his crown began. Just a shepherd with a melody, till God raised him up so high. Now I'm singing through my battles, 'cause my Father hears God who sees me. Oh, He's the God who sees me. Oh, He's the God, He tells me true, that the God of all creation keeps His eyes on me and you. He's the God who sees me. Oh, He's the God who sees. Through valleys deep and mountains high, when storm clouds gather in my sky, His gentle voice, I hear Him say, my child, just trust, I know the way. The shepherd leads through rain or shine, His staff and rod, they calm my mind. Though shadows fall, I won't lose faith, 'cause every step He lights my way. The shepherd leads and I'll obey. Like David fought that giant strong, when others said he'd never belong, my God turns weakness into might and guides my battles through the night. The shepherd leads through rain or shine, His staff and rod, they calm my mind. Though shadows fall, I won't lose faith, 'cause every step He lights my way. The shepherd leads and I'll obey. Like David fought that giant strong, when others said he'd never belong, my God turns weakness into might and guides my battles through the night. These weary feet might stumble here, but grace flows down like morning dew. His mercy finds me year by year. Each promise in His word rings true. From Bethlehem to Calvary, He walked this road ahead of me. Now glory shines upon my face as I rest in His amazing grace. The shepherd leads and I'll obey. Yes, every step He lights my way. The shepherd leads and I'll obey. Yes, every step He lights my way. In the stillness of dawn, on my knees by the bed, with a heart full of questions and words left unsaid, like a whisper through branches, so gentle and clear. His voice breaks the silence, and I know He is near. When the King speaks, mountains bow down. Grace like a river washes over this ground. Every burden gets lighter, every chain falls away. When the King speaks, night turns to day. Just like Moses before me, standing bare on holy sand, or young Samuel in darkness, learning to understand. Every word from his throne room carries power to heal. Like David with the Psalms, Lord, that's how you make me feel. When the King speaks, mountains bow down. Grace like a river washes over this ground. Every burden gets lighter, every chain falls away. When the King speaks, night turns to day. Just like Moses before me, standing bare on holy sand, or young Samuel in darkness, learning to understand. Every word from his throne room carries power to heal. Like David with the Psalms, Lord, that's how you make me feel. From Genesis to Revelation, your words never fail. Through storms and through valleys, your truth will prevail. Like manna from heaven, like streams in the sand, your voice is my compass in this promised land. When the King speaks, mountains bow down. Grace like a river washes over this ground. Every burden gets lighter, every chain falls away. When the King speaks, night turns to day. Oh, when the King speaks, I'm listening. When shadows fall and storms roll in, like Job, I'm tested time again. But just like David with his sling, I'll face my giants while angels sing. Faith restores my spirit, lifts me higher than before. Like Noah's dove across the water, searching for that distant shore. When my knees are weak and weary, His grace becomes my strength. Faith restores my spirit every single blessed day. Taught me through the years about Jacob's ladder through the tears. Like Moses parting troubled seas, His word lights up the path for me. Faith restores my spirit, lifts me higher than before. Like Noah's dove across Let my song rise up like songs. In troubled times, I'm in His arms, like Ruth who wouldn't turn away. My faith grows stronger day by day. Faith restores my spirit, lifts me higher than before. Like Noah's dove across the water, searching for that distant shore. When my knees are weak and weary, His grace becomes my strength. Faith restores my spirit every step along the way. When storm clouds gather in the darkest night, and my weary feet can't find their way, like David in the valley, I hold on tight to the promise that He made. Every mountain that stands before me now, every river that I've got to brave, like Moses at the Red Sea, I won't bow down, 'cause my God's gonna make a way. His light will never fade. Through the thunder and the rain, like a lighthouse on the shore, His love remains the same. When my strength begins to fall, His grace is all I need. Though kingdoms rise and fall, His light will never fade. In the furnace with Shadrach, I will stand. When this world tries to break my faith, like Daniel in the lion's den, I understand that His power never changes. His light will never fade. Through the thunder and the rain, like a lighthouse on the shore, His love remains the same. When my strength begins to fall, His grace is all I need. Though kingdoms rise and fall, His light will never fade. From generation to generation, His word endures, His truth remains. Through every tribulation, His light will lead me home again. His light will never fade. Hear the thunder and the rain, like a lighthouse on the shore. His love remains the same. His light will never fade. never fade. When storm clouds gather in my view and shadows threaten what I do, I remember how you parted waves, your mighty hand those ancient days. Like Moses stood with staff held high, I'll trust the God who hears my cry. His strength uplifts me like an eagle's wings, moving mountains that I thought would never yield. When I'm weary, broken, can't go on, His grace sustains me, makes me strong. Through every valley, every climb, His strength becomes the strength of mine. Sometimes my Jericho won't fall, those walls seem mighty, standing tall. But just like David faced his fears, I'll praise you through these falling tears. 'Cause every giant has to bow to heaven's power here and now. His strength uplifts me like an eagle's wings, moving mountains that I thought would never yield. When I'm weary, broken, can't go on, His grace sustains me, makes me strong. Through every valley, every climb, His strength becomes the strength of mine. From generation to generation, Your promises remain. Though kingdoms fall and nations crumble, Your truth will still remain. Like Daniel in the lion's den, I'll stand in faith again. His strength uplifts me like an eagle's wings, moving mountains that I thought would never yield. When I'm weary, broken, can't go on, His grace sustains me, makes me. In the shadows of my doubts and fears, when the storm clouds gather through the years, I reach for that old book on my shelf. His promises speak life itself, like a lamp unto my weary feet. Every chapter brings His mercy sweet. From Genesis to Revelation's page, His truth stands firm from His word guides my path when I can't see, lights up every step ahead of me. Through valleys low and mountains high, His wisdom lifts me to the sky. When darkness falls, I'm not alone. Each promise leads me closer home. His word guides my path, yes indeed, gives me strength for every need. Just like David faced his giants strong, armed with faith and heaven's mighty song. These sacred pages give me grace to run this race at heaven's pace. From the Psalms that heal my broken heart, to the cross where grace and mercy start, every word breathes life anew, making ancient wisdom ring so true. His word guides my path when I can't see, lights up every step ahead of me. Through valleys low and mountains high, His wisdom lifts me to the sky. When darkness falls, I'm not alone. Each promise leads me closer home. His word guides my path, oh yes indeed, gives me strength